Unleashing your irresistible aura, a Stoic's guide to captivating those who overlook you. Hey everyone, welcome back to Powerful Stoic Habits. Have you ever found yourself in that frustrating position of giving your all in a relationship, only to receive nada in return? Maybe your significant other seems more engrossed in their phone during your date nights, or perhaps they've conveniently forgotten your anniversary again. Well, take heart, my friend, because you're far from alone. Even the Stoics had their fair share of unappreciated moments. Today, we're diving into something super intriguing: how to make someone who currently doesn't value you become utterly obsessed with you, keeping you on their thoughts forever, all while drawing upon the timeless wisdom of ancient Stoicism. Yep, you heard that right, we're bringing Marcus Aurelius to your relationship game. This isn't about manipulative tactics or playing mind games, it's about strategically reclaiming your personal power, radiating undeniable self-worth, and ultimately attracting the kind of genuine admiration and affection you truly deserve. We are not just walking away, we are flipping the script and making them see you in a whole new light. 10 Stoic techniques to become eternally unforgettable. Let's start with a quote that's guaranteed to hit home: respect yourself enough to walk away from anything that no longer serves you, grows you, or makes you happy. That's a powerful sentiment, and it's a crucial reminder not to stick around for someone who demonstrably doesn't see your inherent worth. But we're not simply passively walking away today, folks. Nope, we're actively flipping the script and strategically making them see you in a whole new, undeniably compelling light. Imagine, for a brief moment, that your significant other, the one who's been carelessly taking you for granted, suddenly can't get enough of you. They're hanging on your every word, eagerly anticipating every opportunity to spend quality time with you, and finally, genuinely realizing just how incredibly amazing you truly are. Sounds like something straight out of a magical fairy tale, right? Well, it's not magic, it's Stoicism, my friend. But before we dive headfirst into the 10 transformative Stoic techniques that will systematically make them keep you on their thoughts forever, let's first establish a solid understanding of the core concepts of self-esteem and unwavering self-confidence. Why? Because if you genuinely want other people to be utterly obsessed with you, it all consciously starts with how you perceive yourself. Self-esteem and resolute self-confidence are the solid foundations that make you inherently irresistible. They're the secret sauce that makes all 10 of these carefully crafted techniques exponentially more effective. When you wholeheartedly believe in your own immutable worth and confidently carry yourself with unwavering assurance, others simply can't help but consciously notice and inevitably be drawn to you. Alright, Stoic friend, let's meticulously break it all down into actionable steps. Self-esteem is fundamentally like the unshakable foundation of a house. If that foundation is inherently solid and structurally sound, everything you resolutely build upon it will inherently be stable and long-lasting. But if it's even slightly shaky or unstable, even a gentle breeze has the insidious power to knock everything precariously down. In the dynamic world of relationships, unwavering self-esteem is absolutely crucial, because it inherently forms the solid basis of how you consciously see and genuinely value yourself. When you inherently possess a high degree of unshakable self-esteem, you readily recognize your own inherent worth and, crucially, you don't incessantly need constant approval or external validation from others to reaffirm that fundamental truth. Think about it for a moment: how profoundly liberating would it be to consciously not depend on shallow compliments from others or fleeting external validation? It's akin to proactively being your own personal cheerleader, resolutely hyping yourself up, and resolutely believing in your own immutable strength, regardless of what anyone else thinks. As the endlessly quotable Oscar Wilde so eloquently stated, to love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. And let's be brutally real, friend, who is better inherently equipped to love you more than you? Now, resolute self-confidence is fundamentally like the dazzling, shiny exterior of that steadfast house. It's precisely what others consciously see and are irresistibly drawn to. Have you consciously noticed how inherently confident people consistently tend to attract demonstrably more positive attention and unwavering respect? They inherently exude a palpable positive energy and a tangible inner security that is almost indescribably magnetic. And no, we're absolutely not talking about arrogant, narcissistic bravado, we're instead referring to that quiet, calm, and undeniably firm self-assurance that naturally stems from consciously knowing your own inherent worth. Having rock-solid self-esteem and unwavering self-confidence inherently helps you to far better deal with the often chaotic challenges and inevitable criticisms that life constantly throws your way. Instead of impulsively feeling personally attacked, deeply wounded, or completely diminished when your significant other demonstrably doesn't inherently value you, you are able to remain relatively calm, objectively assess the situation, and consciously understand that the core problem isn't necessarily rooted within you. This hard-won understanding gives you the conscious ability to thoughtfully respond in a more balanced, assertive way, without allowing other people's transient negativity to destructively affect your overall well-being. So, how in the world do you proactively build this rock-solid self-esteem and this dazzling self-confidence, especially through the uniquely transformative lens of ancient Stoicism? Here's the invaluable scoop. First, practice deliberate daily reflection. Conscientiously take a fleeting moment each day to mindfully reflect on your actions and your thoughts. Actively ask yourself, did I consciously act according to my core values today? What small improvements can I deliberately make tomorrow? This simple yet powerful daily habit helps you better intimately know yourself, consciously value your own inherent worth, and steadily reaffirm your core beliefs. Next, implement a potent technique known as negative visualization. I completely understand that this sounds somewhat strange or counterintuitive, but trust me, it really works. Consciously imagine the worst-case possible scenarios, not with the express purpose of making yourself feel pointlessly anxious or overly fearful, but instead with the specific intent of consciously preparing yourself, both mentally and emotionally, and resolutely showing yourself that even in the absolute worst situations, you undoubtedly possess the inner strength and the inherent resources to resolutely overcome them. This proactive mental preparation inherently reinforces your immutable resilience, solidifies your overall self-esteem, and bolsters your inherent sense of internal control. Another impactful technique is that of amor fati, a love of fate. This ancient Stoic concept absolutely doesn't mean inherently being passively complacent or passively accepting everything that randomly comes your way. It's fundamentally about deliberately understanding that certain events are often inherently out of our direct control, and that in those challenging situations, we need to steadfastly make the best of what we inherently have. When you consciously embrace this life-altering idea, you proactively stop compulsively comparing yourself to other people, especially on social media, and you actively start valuing what you resolutely have and who you inherently are. It's about embracing your unique path. Remember this fundamental truth: proactively building unshakable self-esteem and unwavering self-confidence is not a fleeting, one-time transaction, it's a deliberate, ongoing journey. It's about consciously choosing to resolutely become the best possible version of yourself, consistently recognizing your undeniable intrinsic value, and steadily living resolutely according to your carefully constructed values. As a direct, measurable result, you'll not only consciously improve the complex dynamics of your important relationships but you'll also fundamentally transform the way other people viscerally perceive you. Alright, now that we've resolutely covered the foundational basics, let's deliberately dive into those 10 transformative Stoic techniques specifically designed to make them consciously keep you on their thoughts forever. Technique number 1, embrace your authentic self. Hey there Stoic friends, let's kick off our list with a powerful technique: embrace your authentic self. You might be wondering, how is being my true self going to make someone who doesn't value me obsessed? Well, let me tell you dude, authenticity is magnetic. When you're genuinely yourself, it shows it's attractive because it's real and people are naturally drawn to what's real and genuine. Imagine you're in a relationship where you're constantly trying to fit into someone else's idea of who you should be. You're not showing your true colors, and that's exhausting, right? Plus it's a sure way to blend into the background, but when you embrace your authentic self you stand out, you become memorable. People start to notice you for who you really are, not for who you're pretending to be. Now, how does this tie into self-esteem and self-confidence? It's simple. When you embrace your authentic self, you're saying to the world, this is me, take it or leave it. That kind of self-assuredness boosts your self-esteem. You're valuing yourself for who you truly are, and that's incredibly powerful. Oscar Wilde once said, "Be yourself, everyone else is already taken." When you live by this motto, you project confidence, and confidence is undeniably attractive. Let's get into how you can start embracing your authentic self. First, take some time for self-reflection. What are your core values? What makes you tick? What are your passions? By understanding these aspects of yourself, you can start living in a way that's true to you. Don't be afraid to show your quirks and unique traits. Those are the things that make you you. Next, stop seeking validation from others. Your worth isn't determined by what others think of you. It comes from within. When you stop caring about others' opinions and start valuing your own, you exude a confidence that's hard to ignore. People will start to see that you're comfortable in your own skin, and that's incredibly attractive. Another key point is to surround yourself with people who appreciate you for who you are. If someone doesn't value you, it's their loss. Don't waste your time trying to win over someone who doesn't see your worth. Instead, focus on those who do. When you're with people who truly value you, it reinforces your self-esteem and helps you stay true to yourself. Let's not forget humor. Being your authentic self also means showing your sense of humor. Laughter is a universal connector. Share your jokes, your silly thoughts, and your laughter. It's infectious and makes people want to be around you more. So there you have it, folks. Embrace your authentic self. It's the first step to making someone who doesn't value you totally obsessed. By being real, confident, and unapologetically you'll attract the right kind of attention. People will be drawn to your genuine nature, and those who didn't value you before will start to see you in a whole new light. Remember, being your authentic self is the key to not just having others obsessed with you, but finding true fulfillment and happiness. So stay true, stay confident, and stay you. By doing this, you will naturally find yourself on their mind forever, becoming that unforgettable person who exudes genuine charm and confidence. Keep shining, my Stoic friends. Technique number 2, cultivate emotional self-sufficiency. So folks, in the first technique we talked about how being your authentic self will make them obsessed with you, continuing our journey to becoming someone they can't stop thinking about. Let's dive into our second technique, cultivate emotional self-sufficiency. You might be wondering, what does emotional self-sufficiency have to do with making someone obsessed with me? Well, let me break it down for you, Stoic friend. Emotional self-sufficiency means finding your happiness and sense of worth within yourself, not through the validation of others, and you don't rely on others to make you feel good about yourself. You project an aura of independence and confidence that's incredibly attractive. People are naturally drawn to those who seem self-contained and self-assured because it signals strength and stability. Think about it. Ever noticed how the person who isn't constantly seeking approval tends to stand out in a crowd? That's because they have a strong sense of self that doesn't waver based on external opinions. They're like a rock in a stormy sea, and that kind of emotional steadiness is magnetic. As the saying goes, the strongest relationships are between two people who can live without each other but choose to be together. That's the essence of emotional self-sufficiency. Now let's talk about how you can cultivate this powerful trait. The first step is to understand and embrace the idea that your happiness is your responsibility. When you place your happiness in someone else's hands, you give them control over your emotional state. Instead, take that control back by finding joy and contentment in your own life regardless of others' actions or opinions. Here's a practical tip: start engaging in activities that make you happy and fulfilled on your own. Whether it's picking up a new hobby, diving into a book, or spending time in nature, do things that bring you joy without needing someone else to be involved. This reinforces the idea that you can create your own happiness. Another important aspect is self-care. Taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional health is crucial. Exercise regularly, eat well, meditate, and ensure you get enough sleep. When you feel good physically and mentally, you become less dependent on others for emotional support. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself allows you to be emotionally available without being needy. Setting boundaries is also a key part of emotional self-sufficiency. Know your limits and don't be afraid to enforce them. This means saying no when you need to and not letting others take advantage of your kindness. By protecting your emotional space, you maintain your independence and show others that you respect yourself. Lastly, practice mindfulness and self-reflection. Take time each day to check in with yourself and your emotions. Understanding what triggers your emotional responses and why helps you manage your things better. It's about being in tune with yourself and handling your emotions in a healthy way. Cultivating emotional self-sufficiency doesn't mean you shut people out or never rely on others. It's about finding a balance where you can be happy and confident on your own, making your relationships richer and more fulfilling. When you embody this independence, you become incredibly appealing to others. They'll see you as someone strong and capable, someone they want to be around and cherish. So folks, by cultivating emotional self-sufficiency, you become a person who doesn't just attract others but keeps them fascinated and obsessed. You'll naturally find yourself on their mind forever, not because they complete you but because they admire your strength and independence. Stay emotionally strong, my Stoic friends. Technique number 3, set and enforce personal boundaries. So folks, in the first technique we talked about how being your authentic self will make them obsessed with you. Then we moved on to cultivating emotional self-sufficiency. Now let's dive into our third technique, set and enforce personal boundaries. You might be thinking, how do personal boundaries make someone obsessed with me? Well, let me tell you, setting boundaries is all about self-respect and self-care. And people find that incredibly attractive. When you set clear boundaries, you show that you know your worth and are not willing to compromise it for anyone. It's a powerful message that says, I value myself and you should too. Imagine being in a relationship where your partner constantly crosses your limits, making you feel uncomfortable and undervalued. That's a recipe for disaster. Right now imagine the opposite, a relationship where both parties respect each other's boundaries and communicate openly about their needs. That's the kind of relationship where real admiration and obsession can grow. As Brené Brown puts it, daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love ourselves even when we risk disappointing others. Let's break down how you can start setting and enforcing personal boundaries. First, you need to identify your boundaries. Take some time to reflect on what makes you feel comfortable and what doesn't. This can be in terms of physical space, emotional needs, time management, and even digital interactions. Knowing your boundaries is the first step to communicating them effectively. Next, communicate your boundaries clearly and assertively. This doesn't mean being harsh or confrontational. It's about being honest and straightforward. For example, if you need alone time to recharge, let your partner know, I need some time by myself to feel refreshed. It's important for my well-being. Clear communication helps others understand your needs without feeling attacked and forcing you. Our boundaries is where many people struggle. It's one thing to set a boundary, but it's another to stick to it, especially when someone tries to push it. Remember, enforcing boundaries is not about being inflexible. It's about standing up for what's important to you. If someone crosses a boundary, address it immediately and firmly. For instance, if a friend keeps calling you late at night despite you asking them not to, remind them of your boundary. I've asked you not to call after 10 p.m. I need that time to unwind and sleep. Setting and enforcing boundaries also means being willing to walk away from relationships that don't respect your limits. This can be tough, but it's necessary for your self-respect and emotional health. As the saying goes, the only people who get upset about you setting boundaries are the ones who were benefiting from you having none. Boundaries are not just about keeping people out, they're about creating a safe space for you to thrive. When you respect yourself enough to set boundaries, others will start to respect you more as well. This respect can turn into admiration and, yes, obsession, because people are drawn to those who are confident and self-assured. So folks, by setting and enforcing personal boundaries, you not only protect your well-being but also attract people who genuinely respect and value you. You become someone who stands strong in their values, making you unforgettable and always on their mind. Stay firm, respect yourself, and watch how this confidence transforms your relationships and makes them obsessed with you. Keep setting those boundaries, my Stoic friends. Technique number 4, adopt a growth mindset. So folks, we've already covered the importance of being your authentic self, cultivating emotional self-sufficiency, and setting personal boundaries. Now let's talk about another crucial technique, adopt a growth mindset. A growth mindset is all about believing that you can improve and develop through hard work, dedication, and learning from your experiences. This isn't just about achieving more in life, but about becoming a better version of yourself every day. When you have a growth mindset, you view challenges as opportunities to learn rather than obstacles to avoid. This attitude is incredibly appealing and can make others obsessed with you because they see you as someone who is constantly evolving and striving to be better. In relationships, a growth mindset can transform the way you interact with your partner. Instead of seeing conflicts as a sign of failure, you view them as opportunities to understand each other better and grow together. This approach not only strengthens your bond but also shows your partner that you're committed to continuous improvement, both individually and as a couple. As Carol D., the pioneer of the growth mindset concept, says, the view you adopt for yourself profoundly affects the way you lead your life. So how do you cultivate a growth mindset? First, embrace challenges. When faced with a difficult situation, instead of shying away, dive in with the intent to learn. For example, if there's a disagreement with your partner, approach it with curiosity and a willing To understand their perspective rather than seeing it as a battle to win, next persist in the face of setbacks. Every failure is a lesson in disguise. If something doesn't work out, reflect on what went wrong and how you can do better next time. This resilience not only helps you grow but also demonstrates to others that you're someone who doesn't give up easily. People find this trait incredibly inspiring and attractive. It's also important to learn from criticism. Constructive feedback is a gold mine. For personal growth, instead of taking it personally, use it as a tool to improve. Show appreciation for the feedback and take steps to implement changes. This attitude not only enhances your self-growth but also signals to others that you're open to improvement and value their input. Another key aspect of a growth mindset is celebrating others' successes. When you see others achieve something great, don't feel envious, instead feel inspired and motivated. This positivity creates a supportive environment where everyone thrives, and it shows that you're confident in your own journey. Lastly, keep learning, whether it's reading books, taking courses, or simply exploring new hobbies. Continuous learning keeps you intellectually stimulated and emotionally balanced. It shows that you're committed to expanding your horizons and becoming a more well-rounded person. This thirst for knowledge and self-improvement is a trait that people can't help but admire and be drawn to. So folks, adopting a growth mindset not only enhances your personal development but also makes you a magnet for positive relationships. By continuously striving to improve, you show others that you're someone worth investing in, both emotionally and intellectually. You'll naturally find yourself on their mind, forever admired for your resilience, curiosity, and commitment to growth. Keep pushing those boundaries, stay curious, and embrace the journey of self-improvement, my stone friends. Technique number 5, live with purpose and passion. Alright folks, we've talked about authenticity, emotional self-sufficiency, boundaries, and a growth mindset. Now let's dive into another game-changing technique, live with purpose and passion. Living with purpose and passion is about finding what truly drives you and pursuing it with enthusiasm and determination. When you live with a purpose, you become a person with direction and intention. This kind of energy is contagious and makes you incredibly attractive to others. People are naturally drawn to those who have a clear sense of what they want and are passionate about achieving it. In relationships, having a purpose and passion adds depth and excitement. When you're passionate about something, it shows in everything you do, and this zest for life can inspire and captivate your partner. Whether it's a career, a hobby, or a personal mission, having something that lights you up makes you more interesting and engaging. As Howard Thurman wisely said, don't ask what the world needs, ask what makes you come alive, and go do it, because what the world needs is people who have come alive. So how do you start living with purpose and passion? First, identify what you're passionate about. This could be anything from your career, a cause you believe in, a hobby, or even personal growth. Reflect on what activities make you lose track of time and fill you with joy. These are often clues to your true passions. Once you've identified your passions, set clear goals related to them. Having specific, achievable goals gives you a sense of direction and helps you stay focused. Break these goals down into smaller, actionable steps so you can track your progress and celebrate your achievements along the way. It's also important to infuse passion into your daily life. Even if your day-to-day routine doesn't align perfectly with your passions, find ways to incorporate elements of what you love into your everyday activities. For instance, if you're passionate about music but work a desk job, make time for music in your free time. Whether it's playing an instrument, attending concerts, or simply listening to your favorite tunes, surround yourself with people who support and inspire your passions. Being around like-minded individuals who share your enthusiasm can provide motivation and keep you energized. Additionally, sharing your passions with others can deepen your connections and make your relationships more fulfilling. Another key aspect is to stay curious and open to new experiences. Sometimes our passions evolve as we grow and learn more about ourselves and the world. Don't be afraid to explore new interests and see where they take you. This openness to new experiences not only enriches your life but also makes you more dynamic and interesting to others. Lastly, remember to stay committed to your passions even when the going gets tough. Living with purpose and passion isn't always easy. It requires perseverance and resilience, but it's this dedication that sets you apart and makes you truly magnetic. People admire those who stick to their path and pursue their dreams with unwavering determination. So folks, by living with purpose and passion, you not only enhance your own life but also become someone others can't help but admire, and be drawn to. Your enthusiasm and commitment will naturally keep you on their mind forever, as they see you as a source of inspiration and energy. Keep chasing what makes you come alive, stay passionate, and watch how this vibrant approach to life transforms your relationships and attracts people who value and cherish you. Live boldly, my Stoic friends. Mid-video acknowledgement and encouragement. And just like that, we're halfway through our video. If you're still with us, it means this content is striking a chord. If you haven't yet liked the video or subscribed to our channel, I'd really appreciate it if you could do that now. Your support means a lot and help us keep creating content that resonates with you. So now let's dive into the sixth technique, a crucial step in our journey to make them obsessed with you. And folks, this one is particularly important, so you'll want to pay close attention. Technique number 6, practice assertive communication. Alright folks, we've journeyed through authenticity, emotional self-sufficiency, boundaries, growth and passion. Now let's dive into another essential technique, practice assertive communication. Assertive communication is all about expressing your needs, desires and feelings clearly and confidently while respecting others. This approach is key in any relationship because it fosters honesty, trust and mutual respect. When you communicate assertively, you're not only valuing your own voice but also creating an environment where open and honest dialogue can thrive. This kind of transparency is incredibly attractive and makes others feel secure and valued in your presence. In relationships, whether it's with a partner, family member, or friend, assertive communication can transform interactions. Instead of bottling up feelings or being overly aggressive, assertiveness strikes a balance that allows for healthy and productive conversations. As Maya Angelou said, I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Assertive communication makes people feel heard and respected, which is a foundation for deep and meaningful connections. So how can you practice assertive communication? First, understand your own needs and feelings. Before you can communicate effectively, you need to know what you want to say. Take some time to reflect on your emotions and what you need from the conversation. This self-awareness is the first step toward clear communication. Next, use I statements to express your thoughts and feelings. This technique helps you communicate without sounding accusatory or blaming. For example, instead of saying "you never listen to me," try "I feel ignored when I'm not listened to." This subtle shift focuses on your feelings and reduces defensiveness in the listener. Maintain open body language. Your nonverbal cues are just as important as your words. Make eye contact, keep an open posture and use gestures that show you're engaged and approachable. This helps reinforce your message and makes your communication more effective. Active listening is another crucial aspect. Show genuine interest in what the other person is saying. Nod, give verbal acknowledgments and paraphrase what you've heard to ensure you understand their perspective. This not only makes the other person feel valued but also sets a positive tone for the conversation. Be clear and direct in your communication. Avoid beating around the bush or using vague language. State your needs and feelings directly and confidently. For example, instead of saying "I'm kind of upset about what happened," say "I'm upset because of what happened earlier and I'd like to discuss it." This clarity helps avoid misunderstandings and ensures that your message is received as intended. Another important aspect is being respectful and considerate. While it's important to express your needs, it's equally important to respect the other person's perspective. Avoid interrupting and be willing to compromise and find solutions that work for both parties. This balance creates a healthy and respectful dialogue. Lastly, practice makes perfect. Assertive communication is a skill that improves with practice. Start by applying these techniques in low-stakes situations and gradually work up to more challenging conversations. Over time, you'll find that assertive communication becomes more natural and effective. So folks, by practicing assertive communication, you not only enhance your own confidence but also create stronger and more respectful relationships. This clarity and respect will naturally keep you on their mind forever, as they appreciate your honesty and value the trust and openness you bring to the relationship. Speak up, be clear, and watch how this transformative approach to communication attracts and captivates those around you. Communicate confidently, my Stoic friends. Technique number 7, master active listening. Alright folks, we've discussed the power of assertive communication. Now let's dive into another vital technique, master active listening. Active listening is more than just hearing words. It's about truly understanding and engaging with what the other person is saying. When you master active listening, you show others that you genuinely care about their thoughts and feelings. This level of attentiveness is incredibly attractive and can make others feel deeply connected to you in relationships. Whether romantic, familial, or friendly, active listening builds trust and fosters deeper bonds. When someone feels heard, they feel valued. As Stephen Covey said, most people do not listen with the intent to understand, they listen with the intent to reply. Shifting this mindset to focus on understanding can transform your interactions. So how do you master active listening? First, give your full attention to the speaker. Put away distractions like your phone and make eye contact. This shows that you're Present and engaged. Next, practice reflective listening. Paraphrase what the speaker has said to confirm your understanding. For example, so you're feeling frustrated because of the workload. This not only shows you're paying attention but also clarity. If he's any misunderstandings, ask open-ended questions to encourage the speaker to share more instead of asking yes/no questions. Try, how did that make you feel? Or what do you think about that? Finally, show empathy. Respond with understanding and compassion. Acknowledge their feelings and validate their experiences with comments like, I can see why you feel that way. By mastering active listening, you become a person who others feel truly connected to, ensuring that you stay on their minds and in their hearts. Listen deeply, my Stoic friends. Technique number 8, be consistent and reliable. Alright folks, let's move on to our next powerful technique. Be consistent and reliable. Consistency and reliability are the cornerstones of trust in any relationship. When you consistently show up and keep your promises, you demonstrate that you are dependable. This reliability makes others feel secure and valued, which is incredibly attractive. People are naturally drawn to those they can count on because it fosters a sense of safety and stability. Think about it, if you're constantly changing your mind or not following through on your commitments, it can create confusion and frustration. However, when you're reliable, people know they can trust your word, and this builds a strong foundation for any relationship. As Dr. Seuss wisely said, to the world you may be one person, but to one person you may be the world. Your consistency can make you that indispensable person in someone's life. So how do you become more consistent and reliable? Start by setting realistic expectations for yourself. Don't overcommit. It's better to promise less and deliver more than to promise too much and fall short. Be punctual and respect deadlines. Whether it's a work project or meeting a friend, showing up on time demonstrates respect and reliability. Communicate clearly. If something changes or you can't meet a commitment, let the other person know as soon as possible. This transparency reinforces trust, even when things don't go as planned. Lastly, be consistent in your actions and behavior. Your reliability shouldn't fluctuate based on your mood or circumstances. Strive to be a steady presence in others' lives. By being consistent and reliable, you build trust and deepen connections, ensuring that you remain a constant and valued presence in their thoughts and lives. Stay steady, my Stoic friends. Technique number 9, enhance your personal appearance. Alright folks, we've talked about mastering active listening. Now let's focus on another important technique: enhance your personal appearance. Your personal appearance plays a significant role in how others perceive you and how you feel about yourself. It's not about vanity, it's about self-respect and presenting the best version of yourself to the world. When you take care of your appearance, you boost your confidence, which naturally attracts others to you in relationships, whether with a partner, friends or colleagues. Looking your best can positively impact interactions. People are drawn to those who exude confidence and self-care. As Tom Ford said, dressing well is a form of good manners. It shows that you respect yourself and those around you. So how can you enhance your personal appearance? Start with the basics. Maintain good hygiene. Regular bathing, brushing your teeth, and keeping your nails clean are essential. These small habits make a big difference in how you feel and how others see you. Next, dress appropriately for different occasions. Choose clothes that fit well and reflect your personality. You don't need an expensive wardrobe, just items that make you feel comfortable and confident. Pay attention to grooming. A neat haircut, well-kept facial hair, and skin care can significantly enhance your appearance. Physical health also plays a role. Regular exercise and a balanced diet improve your appearance and overall well-being. When you feel good inside, it shows on the outside. Finally, carry yourself with confidence. You're a genuine smile and eye contact can make a powerful impression. By enhancing your personal appearance, you project confidence and self-respect, making others more likely to be drawn to you and think of you often. Look good, feel good, my Stoic friends. Technique number 10, refine your social skills. Alright folks, we've covered enhancing your personal appearance. Now let's dive into the final technique: refine your social skills. Having polished social skills can significantly impact how others perceive you and how effectively you can build and maintain relationships. Good social skills allow you to connect with others, navigate social situations with ease, and leave lasting positive impressions. When you refine your social skills, you become more likable and approachable, making people more inclined to think about you and want to be around you in relationships, whether with a partner, friends, or co-workers. Effective social skills can enhance communication, resolve conflicts, and deepen connections. Dale Carnegie famously said, you can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. This highlights the importance of genuine interest and empathy in social interactions. So how can you refine your Social skills start with active listening, which we discussed earlier. Show genuine interest in others' conversations and ask open-ended questions to encourage them to share more. Practice empathy by putting yourself in others' shoes and understanding their perspectives. This builds trust and rapport. Use positive body language. Maintain eye contact, smile and use open gestures to show you're engaged and approachable. Work on your conversational skills. Be mindful of your tone and pace and adapt to the flow of the conversation. Share your thoughts clearly and confidently without dominating the discussion. Additionally, develop your emotional intelligence. Being aware of your own emotions and those of others helps you navigate social situations more effectively. It enables you to respond appropriately and build stronger connections. Finally, seek feedback from trusted friends or mentors on how you can improve your social interactions. This constructive input can be invaluable in honing your skills. By refining your social skills, you become a more effective communicator and a more attractive person to be around. People will naturally be drawn to you and you'll find yourself on their minds more often. Stay social, my Stoic friends. Beyond obsession, cultivating lasting value and authentic connections. Alright Stoic friends, we've journeyed through 10 powerful techniques to make someone who doesn't value you totally obsessed with you. Now, before you go, don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed the video and hit subscribe if you haven't already. Join our community here at Power Stoic Habits for more insights on how Stoicism can transform your everyday life. And hey, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and just type on your thoughts forever to let me know you're ready to be the person who's missed, not just today but every day. It's a fun way to commit to applying these principles, and who knows, maybe your comment will be the first thing someone thinks of tomorrow morning. From embracing your authentic self and cultivating emotional self-sufficiency to setting personal boundaries, adopting a growth mindset, living with purpose and passion, practicing assertive communication, mastering active listening, enhancing your personal appearance and refining your social skills, you now have a comprehensive toolkit to transform your relationships and yourself. By applying these Stoic principles, you're not only becoming someone others can't help but think about, but you're also growing into a more confident, resilient and genuinely attractive person. Remember, it's not about playing games or manipulating others, it's about being the best version of yourself and letting that shine through in every interaction. Keep shining, stay stoic, and remember, your journey to becoming valued starts now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. In essence, by focusing on self-improvement through these 10 Stoic principles, embracing authenticity, cultivating emotional self-sufficiency, setting and enforcing personal boundaries, adopting a growth mindset, living with purpose and passion, practicing assertive communication, mastering active listening, enhancing personal appearance, and refining social skills, you become a more well-rounded, confident, and magnetic individual. While the goal is to make someone obsessed, the real value lies in becoming a better version of yourself and attracting genuine connections based on mutual respect and admiration. This journey emphasizes self-worth and not manipulation for long-term, fulfilling relationships.